What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel today. Today's going to be an introduction to the channel and also an overview of one of the main projects that's on this channel. So the BustedLugNutz garage is going to focus on mainly more budget build type projects on here. It's not going to be I know that they're popular on YouTube, but it's not going to be about the new cars and all that. Sure, the new C8 Corvettes and everything, they're pretty cool to look at and whatnot and mess with, but it's not really a project that really is interesting to me personally, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that cannot really afford to go out and spend $75,000 on a brand new car and then invest another 50-60 grand on that car. So this channel is going to focus on the older stuff that most people can afford, a lot of people can work on, and it's just a fun way to get into the hobby of messing with cars. So on this channel, one of the main projects here is a 1934 Chevrolet pickup truck, as you can see there. Now it's definitely a project. It's got quite a bit of rust in it, as you can see. The back panel's pretty rusted, cab corners. The rocker panels, I took them off because they were rusted. And then the whole driver's door here got a lot of rust down there at the bottom. But like I said, it is a project truck, and I think it'll make a pretty cool build series on this channel. And the running gear we're going to put in it is, we got this 230 inline 6 out of a Chevrolet C10, and this engine has been bored 30 over. The head's completely been redone, the block's been decked, got aluminum pistons in it that got the valve relief cutouts for them, and it ought to run pretty well on this old truck. We're going to run us an HEI distributor, probably an MSD, not completely sure on that, but now it's not going to be like no drag truck or anything like that. It's not going to be making your 450 plus horsepower, but this old truck's pretty lightweight, and that 6-cylinder is going to carry it down the road just fine. Also, it's a little bit different from the classic small block Chevrolet or the LS engines that most people are running, and those 6-cylinders do sound pretty cool when you run a set of headers on them and some glass packs. Now backing that up, we got us a Saginaw 4-speed here. It is a 3-groove input shaft, so it's got the 351st gear, so it's not the strongest 4-speed that GM ever made, but in this old truck it ought to work out okay. I might change this out because I did just buy new gears for the rear end, and originally it's got a rear end out of an old Chevrolet Monza. It's got the torque arm set up, coil springs, so it ought to ride pretty well, but it was geared super tall for like the fuel efficiency back in the 70s and all, in the late 70s during the oil crisis. It had a 273 rear gear in it, so and the rear end had some rust in it because it had the little breather tube on top, and they were just made out of plastic, and this truck sat in the woods for several years, probably 25-30 years. And had a little breather tube right there. Well, the plastic had dry rotted, so it let some water get in there and it rusted up the gears and stuff. So I pulled them, cleaned it up, and purchased a set of gears from Jegs. Got a 373 ring and pinion set up there, so that ought to help pick this old truck up and make it run a little bit better. Now it's not going to be just like a highway cruiser. I know the RPMs will be up a little bit cruising on the highway, but it'll still be comfortable to drive. Main thing, it's not going to be a daily. It's just going to be a, take it to some shows here and there, drive it occasionally. But I want this truck to be something I can have fun with and enjoy, and it'll probably turn some heads, be a little bit different. Now the front end of this truck, the front suspension, was when it came out, the truck had a straight axle. Back in like the late 60s, early 70s, when this truck was being put together, the popular front suspension setup was to go with a Corvair front suspension, because that was the new independent front suspension. A lot of street rods had it put under them, and everybody liked it. Well, back in the day, that was the stuff to have, and they were really popular. But being this truck sat in the woods for so long, the front suspension, like the shock mounts and everything, it was all rusted. It had real small ball joints on it, and the Corvair front suspension are not the best looking suspension. Now this truck will have fenders, so you won't really see that, but not the best looking suspension. So I cut that out, and got a straight axle out of about a 50 model Chevrolet 3100 that we're going to run under there, and going to run some disc brakes on it, convert it to 5-lug because the old trucks were 6-lug, and it'll look better, and it will be a whole lot stronger than that Corvair front suspension ever was. But so that's pretty much an overview of this old truck. Have not figured out what we're going to do on the interior of it, if we're going to run bucket seats or a bench seat, but that's to be figured out later on. Now the carburetor setup that we're going, I know I'm jumping around here, got an old Holley 390 CFM vacuum secondary 4-barrel we're going to run on it. I got an aluminum Clifford intake manifold. So with all these parts put together, this old truck, it ain't gonna set the world on fire, be the fastest truck ever, but it ought to move on pretty good and be something pretty fun to play with here and there. Now on this channel, there will be another project that you'll see in a later video. Me and my dad are working on a 1971 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck, and you know, I like to have multiple projects going on, stuff to keep me busy. And like I said, this channel is going to be focused on more of the older stuff and more or less budget builds, not the, you know, $200,000 SEMA builds and brand new trucks, this and that. I've never really been into the new trucks. I like the older stuff. I think they look better, and that's just my opinion. Now, if you're into the new stuff, hey, that's cool. I like the new trucks and new Duramaxes, especially the 2020 Denali. It's a good looking truck, but personally I'd rather have the old stuff. So that's pretty much an intro to what this channel is going to be about, and thank y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.